Hi friends, I am myself Dr. Jairam Ajayar, Assistant Professor Physics, Government First Grade College, Tiptur. The paper is Quantum Mechanics 1 for BSc Physics 5th semester. Today's session is G.P. Thomson experiment. The objective of the session is to investigate the behavior of an electron. Session outcomes is G.P. Thomson experiment concludes the electron behaves as a wave. G.P. Thomson experiment. G.P. Thomson, his full name is George Paget Thomson. He was a son of J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson discovered an electron in the year 1895. So, electron was the first fundamental particle. In order to discover this electron, J.J. Thomson discovered the Nobel Prize. The charge of electron is 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. The rest mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg, and the lifetime of electron is 6.6 into 10 to the power of 28 years. So G.P. Thomson studied the behavior of an electron as a wave. He was obtained a Nobel Prize Physics for the electron behaves as a wave. Here, this is the experimental setup. This is a electron gun connected to a low tension battery. The electrons are emitted due to thermionic emission, and the emitted electrons are passing through the aluminum block made with a fine hole. So a fine beam of electron is further passing through an aluminum cylinder. The aluminum cylinder is act as a anode, and this is act as a cathode. Is connected to a high tension battery. So the potential of the high tension battery is of the order 20 to 50 kilovolts. So that means the electrons are accelerated in a aluminum cylinder. The entire apparatus is placed in a evacuated chamber. The purpose of the evacuated chamber is to avoid the further collision of electrons with the neighboring gases. For that reason, high evacuated or high vacuum is very much essential. And the purpose of taking an aluminum is very high absorption coefficient of low energetic electrons. Now, this is a thin gold foil. The thickness of the gold foil is of the order of 10 to the power of minus 8 meter. So here, if the thickness of the aluminum is high, we call it plate. Thickness decreases, we call it sheet. Further decreases, we call it foil. Further decreases, we call the film. So based on the thickness, we call the plate, sheet, foil, and the film. Why thickness is very small is required in order to avoid the multiple scattering of electrons. So when high energetic beam of electron is incident on a thin gold foil, diffraction will be takes place. The diffracted electron or incident on a screen. The screen is a photographic plate. After the development of the photographic plate, a concentric rings are obtained. So the concentric rings shows the diffraction, confirm the diffraction phenomena takes place by the electron. So here, so the things is the high energy electrons produced by the electron gun. Here, high energy beam of electrons produced by the electron gun. Thin gold foil of order minus 8 meter thickness is act as a crystal grating, so diffraction condition will be satisfied, so diffraction will be takes place. The diffraction pattern is produced on a photographic plate. This is the diffraction pattern or observed on the photographic plate. This is a clearly demonstrate that the electron behaves as a wave. If the diffracted electron incident on the gold plate, it confirms the rings are obtained, it means it is a diffraction. So when electron is show the diffraction phenomena, it means the electron is behaves as a wave. Otherwise, the diffraction will not be takes place. The theory of the experiment, theoretical part of the G.P. Thomson experiment. This is the geometry of the figure. So this is the surface of the thin gold foil, surface of the gold foil. This is a beam of electron incident on the surface. The angle between the direction of the incident of the electron beam with the surface of the gold foil, this angle theta is called the glancing angle or the Bragg's angle. Suppose a normal is drawn to the surface at the point of incidence with the surface, the angle between the incident beam with the normal is called the angle of incidence, and the angle between the direction of beam with the surface is called the glancing angle. So on other side with the geometry, this is 2 theta. So this on opposite side is r and with the 2 theta, and this is an adjacent side to the 2 theta. So from the geometry, tan 2 theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side, that is, but tan 2 theta is equal to r divided by L. We know that if theta is very small, tan theta is equal to theta itself. Therefore, in this geometry, tan 2 theta is equal to 2 theta, 2 theta is equal to r by 2 theta is equal to r by L. From the Bragg's law, n lambda is equal to 2d sin theta, where lambda is the wavelength of X-ray used in this Bragg's experiment. D is an interplanar distance of a gold crystal, and theta is the Bragg's angle. Theta is the Bragg's angle. So from the geometry, theta is equal 2 theta is equal to r by L, then theta becomes r divided by 2L. From Bragg's law, n lambda is equal to 2d sin theta. Theta value is substitute here r by 2L and calculate the wavelength where n is the order of diffraction. N take the first order diffraction, n equals 1, second order diffraction, n is equal to 2, etc. Then the wavelength associated with the electron is r d divided by n into L. So this experimental result agrees with the de Broglie wavelength associated with the electron with the potential. So then de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to h divided by 2 MeV, where m is the mass of electron, where E is the charge of an electron, and V is the potential are applied. So these two relations are well agreed. Some multiple choice questions are set up in this session. The observed wavelength from G.P. Thomson experiment is dependent of the material of the foil used, independent of the material of the foil used, independent of the electron mass, independent of the electron velocity. So the observed wavelength from the G.P. Thomson experiment, the correct option is B, that is independent of the material of the foil used. So whatever be the material of the foil used, the wavelength is not depends on the material. The wavelength is purely depends upon the potential and the charge, etc. Second question, G.P. Thomson experiment satisfies the interference condition, diffraction condition, interference and diffraction condition, none of these. So no doubt G.P. Thomson experiment. So prove the diffraction of the diffraction condition. It behaves as a wave. When the particle is behaves as a wave, it only a diffraction, not for the interference. Particle cannot interference. Particle can diffraction only. Next question. Thomson experimental arrangement in high vacuum. Options are to decrease the mean free path of the electron. Option B, to increase the mean free path of the electron. Option C, to decrease the energy of the electron. Option D is none of these. So therefore, the option B is to increase the mean free path of the electron. So the condition for why the necessity of the vacuum to increase the mean free path of the electron. So this option is correct. Some references: Kshamata Muktawat, A.K. Upadhyay, Applied Physics, IK International Publishing House. Another textbook is R. Murugesan, K. Siva Prasad, Modern Physics, Edson and Company. Thank you very much. Thank you.